live.
Alright.
Hello, viewers. Welcome to another edition of the Whole and Wellness Show, episode 14. How to solve your sleep problems naturally, and how to cure insomnia and any other sleep troubles that you might be experiencing. So this is a very important topic. So especially if you have had struggles with your sleep, if you wake up in the mornings and you know that you're not well rested, and you know that it is beginning to affect your health or your maybe your blood pressure or other aspects of your life, then this is exactly what you need, because on this particular episode we're going to be talking all about sleep and what you can do to improve it. And with me today, we have a guest. She is a physiotherapist. But first of all, let me also introduce myself. My name is Chibwama Milechuku from chibwamamilechuku.com. I'm a pharmacist and health transformation coach. And I work with people who have high blood pressure, looking to control it better naturally, so you don't have to rely so much on the drugs uh, or endure the adverse effects of the disease as well. So, and of course, sleep is one thing that comes up a lot, and that's why we're having this session today, because we've had clients complain of sleep. And the thing is, like, when you don't sleep enough, it kind of shoots up your blood pressure. And when you also have uncontrolled blood pressure, you notice that it affects your sleep. So it's like a two-way. Sleep is always an issue. So let's look at it critically and what we can do. Okay, but here with me is the beautiful physiotherapist. Her name is Amaka Anammah. She is she's also she is the co-founder of the Premier Physiotherapy Clinic here in Port Harcourt. She also has her own community. She helps women, busy moms, 35 years and above, to stay fit, stay free, join. And she does a lot around lifestyle, medicine, and helping people improve their health naturally. So that's why we have her here today. She's going to be sharing with us some things that she helps her clients with, so we can also learn from her. But let us hear from her. Welcome, ma'am. Good to have you.
Hi. Thanks for having me. I'm so happy to be live on Chibwaba Milechuku's Wellness Wednesday show. It's good to be here, and we're going to be talking sleep. Sleep is very important. Okay, so should I shoot?
Okay, one second. We have people joining us live. Please, if you're joining us live, make sure you use the chat box, the comments. We're going to be taking your questions at the end. At the very end, we're going to be taking specific questions that you may have around sleep. So please stick around, but also use the comments so we can know that you're here. And also make sure that you subscribe to our channel so that you get notifications even on the channel whenever we have shows like this or other videos. So let us go straight for it. So tell us a bit of why sleep. What exactly is sleep? Or of course everyone knows what sleep is, but why is sleep such a big deal? Share with us as well. All right, thank
Okay.
you.
Um, Let me use a very pictorial example. Why is sleep very important? Have you seen your phone? When you do not charge your phone, right, what happens? The battery goes flat. You are unable to use it. Okay? So that is what sleep does to the human body. Sleep is the natural recharging process for the human body. It is when you sleep that your cells are able to rejuvenate itself, right? You are able to, for children, they secrete what we call the growth hormone. So when they sleep, the growth hormone is being secreted, and that is when children grow, right? For adults, we still secrete the growth hormone, but this time around, find out that that growth hormone will determine whether you are very fat or very slim, and a lot of things are happening. So when you're sleeping, your body has its ability to rejuvenate itself. So if you are not sleeping, it means you are not charging your body. Simple.
Mm.
You're not
I
recharging
love this
yourself.
definition.
So
I love this
that's it.
definition. So we have to always recharge our bodies. We have to, guess. That's why we feel very agile when we sleep, when we wake up from sleep.
Exactly.
If you
When you
have
wake
a
up,
good night rest, the next morning you would really feel well rested and ready to take on the day. Guys, if you are
Mhm.
seeing this, let us know in the comments what is sleep to you, why is sleep so important to you. All right, so let's look at some of the problems. What are some of these sleep problems that you come across? The real sleep problems that we need to take care of, right?
Okay, so when we refer to sleep problems, a lot of things happen when you do not get to sleep. Sleep is as important as the food you eat and your exercise, right? So, in my years of practice as a physiotherapist and lifestyle medicine coach, I've come to find out that sleep and water are one of the best anti-aging secrets ever. So, when you sleep, you are able to rejuvenate yourself and you find out that the aging process is lowered. I hope I'm making sense. So you are sleeping, you don't age fast. But you see a person that isn't sleeping properly, the person is stressed up, anxiety, worry, tension, and you just have wrinkles and lines all over. But with sleep, you get to rejuvenate yourself and age slowly. So you slow down the aging process with sleep, right? When you do not sleep, you stand the risk of developing sicknesses and diseases, hypertension for one, right? You stand the risk of developing type 2 diabetes. Why? Why would you develop type 2 diabetes? Because the body's ability to process carbohydrates is reduced when you do not sleep. Okay. Another issue with lack of sleep is the person becomes clumsy. The person becomes very unproductive. Hello? The person becomes clumsy and unproductive. Are we here?
Yes,
Chiboma,
I'm
can
with
you
you.
see me?
Just continue so that they can focus on what you're sharing. I'm here.
Okay, perfect. All right. So the person becomes unproductive. The person becomes um, your job gets to be at stake, right? So a lot of us would know people like Emeka Nobis, and he was involved in an accident. Why? The driver slept in at the steering wheel. Okay, so when you do not sleep, you endanger lives of people, you endanger your own life, you endanger the lives of other people, you endanger your relationships. Because when you are not a person who is not sleeping properly, you find out the person is always agitated, always angry, always anxious, and nobody wants to be around an angry person. Nobody wants to be around an anxious and overly anxious person. You won't be able to think well when you are not sleeping. So these are the reasons why you have to sleep. Sleeping will boost your immune system. Okay, so we're having people say shouting COVID and they're drinking garlic and ginger. That is not just the only thing you can do. So it's one of those things. But you have to sleep well, eat well, exercise properly to be able to boost your immunity. And if you are not sleeping properly, you find out that you get to come down with sicknesses and diseases very easily, very, very
Okay.
easily. Yeah. So sleep
Okay.
also does raise your cortisol level. Cortisol is a hormone in the body that keeps you tensed. You get to secrete cortisol, you get to secrete adrenaline. So you're always tensed and agitated, and every time you're just as if you're ready to fly. So that is what lack of sleep does.
Hmm. Oh, okay. Thank you so much for really explaining it to us why sleep is really so important, because we don't want all these things. We don't want the anxiety, and all these things that you've listed. But can we just go straight to what are some things that we can do? When people notice that they have sleep problems, most times they are at a loss of what to do. You know, the first thing that just comes to mind is, oh, sleeping pills, sleeping tablets. But then everyone is scared of sleeping tablets at the same time because, of course, the addiction tendencies or dependency more like, where if you don't now use the tablets, you are not able to sleep. Besides, these drugs are controlled drugs, as a health professional, you know that that's not what we don't even, that's like the last resort. So let's look
Yeah.
at practical ways that we can actually improve sleep, because it's a big
Okay.
thing for most people. So share with us some of the ways that can help people to improve their sleep.
Okay. Okay. So you find, before you share a solution, you must first of all know what the problem is, right? There are
Okay.
different reasons that people cannot fall asleep easily. So to get to the root cause of the problem instead of just treating symptoms, right? You need to solve a problem, you need to get to the root cause and just avoid the treating symptoms. So before I get to the how to, let us share what are these things that would make you calm down and not sleep easily. Number one on my list is painful conditions, right? So a lot of
Okay.
people have conditions like arthritis, chronic back pain, fibromyalgia. A lot of these conditions are very, very painful. And if you're having any of these conditions, certainly it will be interfering with your sleep. So you want to talk to an expert. You want to visit a physiotherapist who would diagnose exactly what to do and how to help you solve those conditions. So if your pain or if your sleep problem is coming from a painful condition, you need to treat that painful condition first. Okay. Next on the list is caffeine, right? We get caffeine from things like coffee. That's the most common one. Yeah. We get caffeine in soft drinks, our Coke, our Fanta, our Sprite, all those sugary things. They contain lots of caffeine. Okay. You get caffeine in chocolates, right? So you find out that a person who is taking caffeine stays in the body for as long as 20 hours. Okay. And when you have caffeine in your body, you won't find it easy to sleep. A lot of people do not tolerate caffeine well. For some people, some can, but if you're in the likes of me, you will not be. I don't tolerate caffeine well, so taking caffeinated products interferes with my sleep a lot of the time. So if caffeine is the root cause of your problem, you want to do away with caffeine. Okay, so
Yes.
do away with the
Sorry, let me
coffee.
quickly.
Okay.
Okay, no, I just wanted to agree with that, because we've all even had clients that complaining of sleep, you can't sleep, and then when we kind of do a little bit, maybe on a review session, what are the things you are taking? They are taking, some of them are taking tea, even green tea. Green tea contains a bit of caffeine.
Yes,
They are taking it
caffeine.
at night, so it's affecting the sleep. And then you are saying you
Mm-hmm.
can't sleep, but it's something you are taking at night that is interfering with your sleep.
Like
So this is a
interfering
very
with your
valid.
sleep. So
Yeah.
if caffeine is the root cause of your problem, so I'm listing out these things so that you can try to check and know, okay, okay, I don't have a painful condition. Could it be caffeine? Is it the Coke you are
Yeah.
taking? Is it the Fanta you are taking? Is it the sweets you are taking? Okay, is it the chocolate you are taking? You want to check those things. Those things contain caffeine. And like I said, caffeine stays in the body 20 hours before it
Mm.
is done away with, right? So if caffeine is in your bloodstream for 20 hours, it definitely is going to interfere with your sleep. Okay, so if you have to take caffeine, for some people they find it difficult to function without coffee first thing in the morning. Okay, so
Okay.
if you have to take caffeine, ensure that anything containing caffeine should be taken at most before 12 o'clock, 12 noon. 12,
Okay.
anything later than
Perfect.
12 noon, do away with it if you know you want to sleep properly that night. Okay, so that's for caffeine. Another thing is cigarettes and alcohol. A lot of people think alcohol would make them sleep very fast. Yes, alcohol can make you sleep fast, but alcohol will interfere with your sleep cycle. Okay, so when you take alcohol, you find out that a person who takes alcohol will sleep lightly. Okay, so there are 6 stages of sleep. Sleep in 6 stages. You'll be hovering around those, maybe stage 3, and you won't sleep deeply. And the person will tell you, oh, he's waking up with headaches, he's waking up not properly rested, he's waking up with hangovers, and you have a hangover, you definitely will not function at your optimal. So alcohol, nicotine in cigarettes, Nicotine interferes with your sleep, alcohol interferes with your sleep. Nicotine is a stimulant. So you find nicotine, aside from cigarettes, you find nicotine in things like bitter cola. Personally, those days in the university, I don't know if you did it, Chibamam, for us to write exams, you see people soaking their legs in water, people chewing cola nuts, people
Mhm.
chewing
Mhm.
bitter
Mhm.
cola, trying to wade off sleep.
Yeah.
I chewed bitter cola in my, I think that was 300 level, my first medical exam, and for 2 days I could not sleep. In fact, I'd written the exam and I was looking for sleep. I was begging sleep to come. After that, I
Mm.
knew that I would
Yeah.
not go near bitter cola anymore because of its nicotine content. And I found out that, oh, I probably do not react to nicotine very well. So
Okay.
nicotine
Wow.
is seen in things like bitter cola, is seen in things like cola nut. It's seen cola nut also contains some bit of caffeine too. It's seen in cigarettes, and it's seen in alcohol. So if you are taking alcohol, you're taking nicotine, it will disrupt your sleep. You will sleep lighter, and when you are waking up groggy. You are not waking up refreshed, right?
Mhm.
So
Mhm.
that is what nicotine and alcohol does. Number four on the list is some medications. Yeah, there are some medications that interfere with sleep patterns. Some BP medications interfere with sleep. Some asthmatic drugs interfere with sleep, right? Prednisone interferes with sleep too. So it may be traced, your sleeplessness may be traced to the drugs you are taking. So if you are on drugs, and you find it difficult to sleep, you probably want to talk with your doctor, and maybe your doctor would change your medication, right? Because some of those medications cause insomnia. Another thing is food insomnia. That's number five on my list. Food
Okay.
insomnia. Yeah, so a lot of people eat too much sugar around night period. Okay, so they eat highly dense carbs that have a lot of sugar. Now what this thing does is that these carbohydrates stimulate increased insulin in the blood system. Okay, and when there is increased insulin release from the pancreas, the result is you have high energy. So have you seen someone complain that, oh, they woke up and the first thing they are thinking of is food? They woke up hungry, right? If you check what the person had done that night, the person had probably eaten maybe some cakes, all those things that are really, really high in sugar content, and the thing would now meddle with your insulin, the insulin hormone, and once it meddles with insulin hormone, it will disrupt the sleep cycle. Okay, so you want to check what you eat at night and the timing. I had usually advise people, if you have to eat at night, eat a balanced diet and try to eat 4 hours before sleep time. Try to eat again 4 hours before it is time to sleep. Next on my list is low carb diets. Yes, low carbohydrate diet. So diets that are focused around protein tend to take longer periods of time to digest, especially if it is animal protein. Now, if you check animals like the lions, the tigers, the cheetahs, those animal eating animals, those animals that feed on animal protein, right? Carnivores, they spend about 20 hours sleeping. Why? It takes longer periods of time to digest animal protein. So if you eat too much protein, you will wake up, you will sleep quite all right, but you will wake up feeling restless, you're not feeling properly rested. Why? You still need, there's still activity, right? Because when you're digesting, a lot of chemical reaction is going on, a lot of energy is being expended. So you want to ensure that when you eat animal protein, you take longer periods of time to sleep, just like the lions do. I hope you get me. Next on my list is exercise. Exercise.
Okay.
Exercising 3 hours before your bedtime is going to stimulate the release of cortisol. Okay, it's that cortisol is otherwise called stress hormone. So if you are exercising very close to bedtime, it's going to stimulate the release of cortisol in your bloodstream. And once that happens, you won't be able to sleep properly. So you don't want to exercise close to bedtime. You want to exercise at least early part of the evenings, that kind 4, 5, 6 p.m. light aerobic activity. That's going to set the pace for your bedtime. So you don't want to exercise again, you don't want to exercise 3 hours close to bedtime. Once it's 3 hours close to bedtime, that exercise is exercise in futility. It's not going to work. It's going to keep you sleepless. Okay. Next on my list is bad mattress. Trust me, a bad mattress will help you not to sleep well. A bad mattress or an overstuffed pillow. So you want to sleep and your mattress is bad, I will advise, okay, maybe make plans and change your mattress, because aside not sleeping properly, that mattress is going to ensure you're going to wake up with low back pain. Yeah, low back pain or neck pain. And if you're having that kind of pain and coupled with the fact that you're not sleeping properly, you'll be less productive. So if you're choosing a pillow to sleep, you want to choose a pillow that's not too firm. You want to choose a pillow that will mold the shape of your head and support your neck properly. Okay? Then if you're choosing a mattress that is trying that so that you can sleep properly, you want to choose a mattress that is in between, not too hard, neither is it too soft. So the mattress, I don't usually advise people to go for the firm orthopedic mattress because it does more harm than good. So you want to do a mattress that is in between, not overly firm, neither is it overly hard. Okay, so we call it semi-orthopedic mattresses. So that's what you want to do. All right. Another thing that could interfere with your sleep is probably you have a spouse who snores. Yeah, so a snoring spouse would interfere with your sleep. So what I usually do is my husband snores when he sleeps. So what I do is I just tap and roll over to your side. So for people who sleep on their side or people who sleep on their stomach, you won't snore. Okay, so snoring is another topic for another day because something happens in the nasal passages. So I can't go into that right now.
Okay.
If you have a snoring spouse, just tap the person lightly and encourage the person to lie down sideways. When the person is lying down sideways, the person will not snore. And if the person decides to lie on the stomach, if it's comfortable for that person, the person will also not snore. um if the
Wow.
snoring is so bad, you probably want to get earmuffs to block your ears. Okay.
Okay.
Another thing is for women who are post menopause, no, in their
Menopausal.
menopause, those menopausal hot flashes and menstrual cramps, they really tend to interfere with sleep. So at
Wow.
that point, you want to talk to your gynecologist. Okay. For people, daddies in the house who are over 60, enlarged prostrates would ensure that you don't sleep properly because you keep visiting the toilet. There are supplements to go on, lifestyle modifications that you could adopt to help with the enlarged prostate. Okay. For mothers who just recently have newborn babies, okay, to sleep is war. To sleep is war. You know, I used to think my mother was joking those days when she would come for Mubo and she would tell you, sleep when baby is sleeping, sleep when baby is sleeping. And I'll be like, what is this woman talking about, Seth? I never
True.
understood until after week one. I was like, oh my God, I was sleep deprived. My baby almost fell off my hands by the that first week. So
Mm.
sleep when your baby is sleeping. Okay. Get a good massage, get someone to massage your body and sleep. Get baby food, what do they call those? The breast milk expressor to express your breast milk, put it in a bottle and have someone else feed your baby so you can sleep. Okay. Then another thing you need to watch out for is environment. Any environment that is too hot or too cold, you will not be able to sleep properly, right? If there is bright light in your room, you won't be able to sleep. So turn off your lights. I don't know. I think it's this part of the world that people see it as prestige, putting TV in the bedroom. It does a lot of things to the brain, right? When you're trying to sleep and there's light. So turn off your TV, turn off your screen, your phone at least 1 hour before bedtime. That way, the brain will start to reset itself to be able to sleep properly. Okay, so these are the causes of why you wouldn't probably get a good night's sleep. Okay, um, I have outlined some 5 tips that you could employ to get a good night's sleep. Should I go ahead, Chibama?
Okay, one
Okay.
one second. Wow, I really love how you touched on the different aspects, trying to really uncover some of the things that could be causing, interfering with sleep. I really love how you outlined it. Like, this is amazing. If you guys are watching, also tell us in the comments if you really love it. Because the truth is, I was nodding throughout when you were outlining it because I could totally relate. We have clients that this is exactly what they're facing. When you said hot flashes, I said, yes, I have a client that the hot flashes will just come at night and then you wake her up from her sleep. So like I could relate immediately. And so it was a sleep problem. But then again, there were other factors that she could work on, to help her with that. We have people, prostate is very, very legit, that frequent urination. So at
Yeah.
least when you know that these are the positive factors, it's easy for you to now know what you can do
Mm,
around that positive factor, around it, to
exactly.
try to work on other aspects, and you will find that if you can at least reduce the frequent urination, you will improve your sleep. If you can reduce,
Yeah.
I really love how you outlined it, and even while outlining, you gave specifics, or already instead giving hints on what we can do. So
Yeah.
let's go straight into the other helpful tips that we can start to apply, because everything is not really drum. There's so much we can do to improve sleep that we
So
probably are
much.
not doing.
So much.
Yeah.
So
Thank
much.
you.
So
So let's
before going to the drugs, try the natural part. So if the natural part isn't working, then you now want to visit your doctor to help you
yes,
with
yes,
drug prescription, right? So
yes.
number 1 is exercise. Like I said
Okay.
earlier, you want to exercise in the early afternoon, sorry, in the early evening or late afternoon. So say about 4 or 5 p.m. you want to do light aerobic activity. So what this will do is that it will help you to fall asleep faster, and it will help you to stay asleep longer when you exercise at least early evening, late afternoon. Okay, you want to eat a modest healthy dinner, like I said, 4 hours, 4 hours before your bedtime. Okay, another thing is that you want to avoid caffeinated products, your coffee, your coke, avoid them before noon. If you know you want to fall asleep easily, avoid caffeine at least 12 noon. Do away with anything caffeine. Okay, avoid using your phone, avoid using your phone, your lights, avoid using them 1 hour before bedtime. You know you want to go to bed, say 10 p.m. By 9 p.m. you should shut down on your phone, shut down on your laptop, shut down on the TV, and just relax. Call it me time, a time to retrospect, a time to think about yourself, a time to be grateful. Okay, so that is what you want to do. Me time, right? Number 5 is you want to censor your thoughts. A lot of times we have a lot of things burdening us. You are worried, you are angry, you are agitated. So, as a Christian, I would usually advise people get the word of God, write out those promises that God would has written down in his word, and meditate on those promises, right? Meditate on them, think about them. Okay? You want to go into yourself and look enter your happy place. Just tune off, enter your happy place. What are those thoughts that make you happy? Think about them. What are those things that make you grateful? Get a gratitude list and write it out. What are you grateful for? You are grateful for the fact that, oh, you have good health. You are grateful for the fact that you have good children around you. You're grateful for the fact that you have a spouse around you. There has to be something that you are grateful for. So this thing is kind of like, oh, you do the physical aspect and then you do the mental aspect. So mentally, a lot of people are suffering because of mental, emotional imbalance and stuff. So you want to ensure that you are thinking positive thoughts that would keep you appreciative, positive thoughts that will ensure that you're in a praiseful mode, positive thoughts that would ensure that you are not worried about anything. Don't think about activities that happen during the day when it is close to bedtime. Okay, you want to think about, oh, things that you are really grateful for, things that have happened in the past, things that are coming in the future, things that will keep you happy. Okay, then you need to have a bedtime routine. A lot of us, we sleep anyhow. Sometimes I too, I am very very guilty of this, I must admit. So have a bedtime routine. For children, it is important that children get to bed at least and have 12 hours of sleep for children. Okay. Adults, scientists have come out to say 7 to 8 hours of sleep is optimal for us. But I can bet you a lot
Okay.
of us are not getting that 7 to 8 hours of sleep. Why? Some people go to bed 1 a.m. Some people go to bed 2 a.m. What are you doing awake till that time? Okay. So have a strict bedtime routine and stick to it. You want to go to
Okay.
bed at least an hour before midnight. You get the best of sleep an hour before midnight, right? Then you have to understand, like I said in the beginning of this program, that sleep is an anti-aging secret. So if you know that your health is very important to you, and you know that your looks are also very important to you, try to sleep minimum 10 p.m. You are off to bed. Set it as a routine. 10 p.m. I've closed, I've shut down, and any other thing that is happening, you go to bed. Okay? Forget everything. So that routine is very, very important. Then you want to try things like natural herbs and spices. You once did a program. I watched that program and it was really, really interesting. Where nature's first spices was here, and she talked about some spices and how they could help sleep. Right before now, I was
Yeah.
already using that. Okay, so um, spices that could help, things like nutmeg, things like turmeric. Okay, infuse them into your foods or drinks early in the evening when you're having your dinner, and you find out that sleep would come naturally to you. Okay, things like warm milk for people that are not lactose intolerant. You need to try warm milk. For me, pap works wonders. Okay, once I drink pap, I'm off. So
Nice.
I just infuse a lot of milk in my pap and I'm off. Okay, so warm milk with pap, very good. Another thing you can try is chamomile tea. Chamomile relaxes the nerves. Chamomile
Yeah.
tea is very, very nice if you are looking to sleep properly. Okay, you want to try it. A natural supplement you can try is ginkgo biloba. Okay, so aside helping to sleep, ginkgo is also good for people who have suffered a stroke. Yeah, because it helps to rejuvenate your nerves. Okay, so
Yeah. It's
nerve regeneration, it helps in that. Ginkgo biloba is very good. It calms you, you sleep and you are fine. Okay, melatonin supplement is another good
yeah.
one. So you want to look for you want to look for companies that provide these natural supplements. I partner with one. provide these natural supplements for people, and you can sleep. And these supplements usually do not have any side effects like the side effects that come with sleeping pills. So you want to try these natural. If once you've done the mental aspect, you've done the physical aspect of exercise, eating right, mentally relaxing yourself, and those things are still not working, then you want to go the supplement route. Okay, so you can at that time try things like your nutmeg, your turmeric. Okay, you can try things like your warm milk and pap, your chamomile tea. You can also go use ginkgo biloba or melatonin supplement. Melatonin, the human body secretes melatonin. It is that hormone that signals the brain that it is time to sleep. So in
Yeah.
some people, the melatonin hormone is wobbling. Okay, so you need to optimize it. So if you are one of those people that needs to optimize, you can now supplement with melatonin supplement, and you will sleep like a baby. Okay, so that
Wow.
is it. Those are the
This is
natural tips to employ to sleep and sleep well.
wow. This is like a very, very, very comprehensive process that you've taken us through. Like very, very comprehensive. I really, really enjoyed every part of this, walking us through
Thank
first
you.
of all why it's so important. If you're just joining us, you may want to watch from the beginning. Why it's so important to sleep, anti-aging. I beg nobody wants to really look like
Old.
look like 10 years old. Everyone is
I'm
looking
telling
to
you,
look
you want to
younger.
look your
Uh,
age, look your
like
yes.
you even want to look younger than your age. These days, people want to, babes are not smiling. Even men, you'll be
At
surprised,
all. Even
right?
men, even men.
Even men, no one wants to look that young. So, or that old. So that's why we need to improve our sleep. Apart from the fact that, even when you improve your sleep, you equally improve your health, your productivity. You want to make
Yes.
money, right? But you want to make sure your health is intact because it's someone who is
Mm-hmm.
alive that can now enjoy the money and all. So I love how
Exactly.
you walked us through taking apart the different root causes. You'll be surprised. Many of our clients, this is exactly by the time we walk through this whole process of let's see what is in your life that could be affecting your sleep. It works like magic. We still use the SAM strategy, subtract all those things that are worsening the sleep. And whether it's
Mm-hmm.
food, everything you've actually walked us through. Although we use the SAM strategy, subtract, add, then modify. Like you've told us, modify. Make sure your exercise is 4 hours before. Perfect. I really enjoyed this. I'll probably also watch from the beginning again to take out some key points. I hope you guys have really enjoyed this. You mentioned some things like the pain that comes with some painful
Arthritis.
conditions, painful arthritis and all that. So I know
Mm-hmm.
you're a physiotherapist, so you'll be able. I know you even have a pain-free nation. That's pain-free weight loss program. That's
Mm.
that. So anyone who wants to contact her, our guest, you can reach her at Amaka Anammah. That is your what? Facebook and Instagram. Is that it?
Yes. Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, everything.
Okay, so
Amaka
you can reach
Anammah.
her. Okay,
Mm.
at Amaka Anammah. So you can reach her for any of all that. I know you work with clients too for such. Are there other sets of people you work with?
Yeah, as a physiotherapist, I work with a whole lot of people, so many. But
Okay,
that's my area of specialty, my area of
okay,
specialization. Musculoskeletal disorders. That's the therapy in orthopedics, and so basically that's what. So you're having issues with bones, movement, pain, basically, things like arthritis, chronic low back pain, things like fractures. So that is my core. Okay, fibromyalgia. Before, some people will be wondering what are all these terms that she's talking about. So basically, that is it. And I found out that over the course of time, while treating these clients, a lot of times our lifestyle, okay, comes into play. So you see a person coming down with arthritis, maybe the person is overweight, or a person coming down with chronic low back pain, the person is overweight, and then he has his ergonomics, which is the way he works, okay? um, affecting him. So lifestyle, which is basically exercise, adequate exercise, the food we eat, how much we sleep, and mental balance. Okay, emotional and mental balance. So these four factors, in addition to other physical factors, usually what brings people down with all these musculoskeletal conditions.
Yes. Thank you. That this is amazing. This is amazing. So if you have any of all that, you should definitely contact her, and then she'll be able to walk you through best practice on how to do that. And then for people who have high blood pressure, for instance, sometimes it's the BP that interferes with their sleep. So in that case, you want to better control your blood pressure so that you can now sleep better. That's a
Mm,
factor. So we can also help you with that. We've got a BP foodie bundle to help you fix your food, everything food around your BP, so that you are able to sleep better. And then, of course, we've got a coaching program as well for people who have high blood pressure. We can walk you through all these things. These are very, very real problems that people go through. But just knowing that there is so much you can do, you should always know that there is so much more you can do than just taking drugs and infinitely. Those
mm-hmm,
drugs that we have that people come with their own adverse effects and all that. So
mm-hmm.
you can also get your BP foodie bundle in the comments. You can reach her handle is Amaka Anammah in the comments as well. We're going to put her links as well in the comments. Thank you so much. In the absence of any questions, I'm looking through the comments. I don't see any questions. This is the wrap. I hope it's been worth your time. Don't forget to like this video, share it, and subscribe, hit the bell button so you always get notified anytime we have our shows or we drop new videos. Thank you so much, ma'am, for this session. It's been so enlightening. I
Thank
really,
you
really
so much for
appreciate
having me.
it. I'm so happy. Thank you so much. So I'm gonna see you
Uh,
guys sometime in the next show. All right, guys.
bye.
Bye. Bye, you.